There was a large operational effort put behind making sure that last night went as well as possibly could.
Getting more vaccine shots into more arms. We'll tell you what you need to know about getting your vaccine at the Spokane Arena's max vaccination site.
Tracking some rain and snow showers early this evening and then drier weather. I'll have your weekend forecast next.
But collectively, once again, we came together to do the right thing.
Moving on, that is what Idaho's doing. Governor Little announced today Idaho will now transition to stage 3 of reopening. We'll bring you a reminder of what this next stage means.
I'm very happy to report that we received 4,000 Moderna vaccines this morning.
Chaz Health says it successfully received its new shipment of the Moderna vaccine today. The shipment for this week was expected to arrive from the Department of Health yesterday, but it was delayed. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone, I'm Whitney Ward. So that is good news, but it's not the only delay. This morning, appointments at the arena were behind by almost an hour.
KREM 2's Amanda Brody explains what happened and how this scheduling process went last night.
In just under an hour, all 2,500 vaccination appointments at the Spokane Arena were spoken for last night. This morning, Chaz Health's spokesperson Kelly Charvet said it saw a big improvement with its online scheduling site. She says the process went much smoother last night compared to last week, especially after adding the new queuing feature and a phone number for those who do not have internet access.
There was a large operational effort put behind making sure that last night went as well as possibly could.
In fact, Chaz had over 300 phone calls with a total of 734 appointments scheduled by phone. Charvet says many of the calls Chaz received were for 2 people, which is why more phone call appointments were made than the number of actual phone calls. This morning, appointments continued at the arena, but patients were met with a roughly 30-minute delay. Staff told patients the vaccine doses needed to thaw. According to Charvet, that supply of vaccines this morning came from the Spokane Regional Health District to help supplement. She says the manufacturer directions require the Moderna vaccine to thaw at room temperature. Charvet added Chaz planned to begin using the new shipment from the state later today. She says the delays this morning should have no impact on future appointments. As for the delayed shipment of the vaccine from the Department of Health, it explained that receiving doses on a Tuesday is still within the normal shipping window, something Chaz is working to anticipate for the next supply.
We need to understand when we anticipate our next shipment to arrive so that we're timing that appropriately and don't have to put a pause on any scheduling.
Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Now let's talk about who's eligible right now. You're eligible to get this vaccine at the arena site if you're a member of Phase 1A or Tier 1 of Phase 1B. People in this group include everyone 65 years old or older and all people 50 years old or older who live in a multi-generational household. That means a home where individuals from 2 or more generations live, such as a grandparent and a grandchild. Those groups also include high-risk healthcare workers, high-risk first responders, long-term care facility residents, and staff. It also includes all other workers in a healthcare setting who are at risk.
Now, Albertsons companies, which includes Safeway now, they continue to be another big provider of this COVID vaccine. All 32 pharmacies in Washington are now distributing that vaccine. The company is also a primary participant in the Federal Retail Pharmacy Partnership Program for COVID-19 vaccinations. They're expecting to receive additional doses from the federal government by early next week. And with the additional shipment, 170 community pharmacies across the state of Washington will have access to the vaccine. So to make an appointment at Albertsons or Safeway, this is important. You have to go online. You can visit krem.com. We have a link directly to the site that will take you there, but you cannot make an appointment over the phone. So don't call Albertsons or Safeway. Once your appointment is booked online, the vaccination, though, is guaranteed, and that includes the second dose. If you would like more information about how to get vaccinated here in Washington or in North Idaho, all you have to do is text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000 and we'll send you the link directly to your phone. You can also text any vaccine questions that you have to that number and we'll work to get you some answers. And while Eastern Washington, including Spokane, remains stuck in phase 1 of our state's reopening plan, Idaho is moving forward to stage 3 of the Gem States plan.
Governor Brad Little made that announcement this morning as new COVID cases are on a downward trend.
Today, Idaho hospitals are still stressed for resources, but the majority are operating much more normally, thanks to the decline in COVID spread, again, thanks to you.
So under the new stage, gathering size caps will now rise from 10 people to 50 people. Large events like trade shows, weddings, and sporting events may be able to also have more than 50 people as long as organizers follow the Idaho State Board of Education COVID safety guidelines.
Bars, restaurants, and nightclubs can operate with seating only, no standing room though. In stage 3, there are no travel restrictions. Face coverings are not required statewide, but they are strongly recommended.
So with this new announcement, some people are saying that in addition to those relaxed restrictions, getting vaccinated is helping everyone feel kind of getting returned back to normal. Our
Morgan Trout was live at the Cooney County Fairgrounds tonight, where hundreds of people are getting vaccinated today, and she joins us live now with how it went today. Morgan?
Mark, Whitney, it's been all smiles here in Coeur d'Alene as about 300 people have been vaccinated by the Panhandle Health District. And patients have been saying that getting in and getting out is taking about 25 minutes. But the health district is acknowledging that those who haven't been able to book appointments are very frustrated. The vaccine brings a sense of optimism to both healthcare workers and patients in North Idaho.
I am just delighted to be able to get my COVID vaccination.
There is nothing more important to 83-year-old Bob Weitzel than getting the vaccine so he can see his granddaughter swim one of the biggest races of her career. The fear of getting sick and missing the event is at the forefront of his mind.
I mean, my wife and I were so happy. We've been staying home and not doing anything and not seeing anybody, and it's been really tough, and always worrying about whether you might get it or not.
The Spirit Lake couple are 2 of the 300 North Idahoans getting the coronavirus vaccine at the Cooney County Fairgrounds today. The couple knew the Panhandle Health District would be opening up appointments on February 1st, so they called as soon as they could. After waiting on hold for 20 minutes, Weitzel got his appointment.
I thought I'd be waiting 2 hours, and it was 20 minutes, and bam, we got our appointments, and what a relief.
The wait time varies from person to person, a common complaint KREM 2 viewers have against the health district. As of right now, you can only book an appointment for Panhandle's clinics through their hotline number.
Waiting on hold for hours on end is not great, and we understand that. And we want to continually improve our process, whether that's scheduling different lines for different counties or opening up an online registration.
Catherine Hoyer with the health district says they are trying to work out the kinks in the scheduling process, but they are overwhelmed. She says they have more than 50,000 people 65 and older in the counties they serve, but they only receive 3,800 doses each week. To help alleviate stress, the National Guard has been working the phone lines, scheduling appointments and answering questions.
As you're seeing shots go into people's arms today here, it's been extremely rewarding.
And my granddaughter, who is an Olympic swimmer, will be in Omaha for the trials in June or July, and we're going to be able to go to that now.
So whether you want to travel to your granddaughter's Olympic trial race, want to go out to restaurants, or just want to stay healthy, the health district is encouraging everyone to keep calling for appointments daily. As of right now, the Panhandle Health District does not have a schedule of when they'll be releasing new appointments or when the vaccine clinics will be, but they say they're working on that and they'll get it out as soon as possible. Reporting live in Coeur d'Alene, Morgan Trout, KREM 2 News.
All right, Morgan, thank you. A bill is being proposed in Olympia that would make significant changes to the makeup of local health boards.
The chaos surrounding the firing of Spokane's previous health officer, Dr. Bob Lutz, prompted a lot of people to ask whether too many politicians sat on the health board. This proposal would require that local boards add more non-elected members so that at most half of the board is comprised of politicians. One of the local sponsors says the idea is to make sure people with more direct knowledge of public health are at the helm.
Really, we've seen what happens when politics can infect public health, and this is really just bringing some balance back to make sure that we have people with lived experience and health backgrounds making important decisions.
Coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, we will break down how this proposal would work and its odds of becoming law.
All right, we want to turn our attention to weather now. It is Groundhog Day, and even though we haven't been feeling the winter weather a ton, we saw it snowing a little bit earlier here,
right.
What, half an hour ago? What are you thinking? More winter, more spring?
Well, I think we got to get through February, but no, I think that, when March rolls around, we'll get our typical March weather, which is blustery, right? A little cool, little wet, and a little windy with the occasional nice day. But boy, the back east where Punxsutawney Phil lives, they are getting hammered. I wanted to show you what it looks like up at Lookout Pass right now, and you can see the snow there. I saw Snoqualmie Pass just about 5 minutes ago. Snoqualmie along I-90 in the Cascades is just bare and wet, but you can see that fresh snow up at Lookout Pass. So difficult driving conditions, and you can see why. We've got the Doppler radar showing the snow that is falling up around Lookout Pass. Also snow in the northern Idaho. We had that rain and that sleet and even a little bit of hail that moved through our area, and you can see it right there. Now moving out of Spokane, and it's more of a rain out towards the valley, but south of I-90 anyway, but we're getting some of that kind of that rain snow mix or just plain old sleet falling into areas of northern Idaho, including the Rathdrum Prairie. But I look for decreasing showers this evening. Right now we're at 39 degrees. Wind is out of the southwest at 20 miles per hour. I told you today would get windy with gusts at times up to 30. And it's going to get cold tonight. Slick roads down to 29. Tomorrow we'll look for a daytime high of 40. I think by middle part of the day into the afternoon hours, we should see partly cloudy skies. For the weekend, right now, it looks mostly dry, 40 for both Saturday and Sunday. Your 7-day forecast is coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Sounds pretty good, Tom. Thank you. Creme 2 Valentines to Veterans is off to a great start. We've already been receiving some very sweet Valentines to give out to our local heroes.
However, we still need a lot more, so that's where you come in. Valentines of Veterans is an effort to gather hundreds of cards and notes to take to the Spokane Veterans Home this upcoming holiday. We want to make sure all the men and women at that home right now know that we are thinking of them and sending our love to those who have served.
So it's very easy to participate. You can make a card or write a note and send it to Creme 2 on Spokane South Hill, or you can just bring it here, drop it off during regular business hours. We have a drop box out in front. It is completely contactless, and we'll just take care of the rest. All of the Valentines do have to be here at Creme 2 though by February 10th, so we can make sure that they are delivered then to the Spokane Veterans Home, which has been dramatically affected by COVID. Most people who are living there have not seen their family or friends in person in almost a year, so this is meant to brighten their day.
I love that, right?
Yes.
Well,